on this close button. This is called termination of the process, termination of this application. This is a good way termination. Bad way termination means that I want to install an application software. So when I click on the installation button, at the middle point or at the beginning point or at before ending point, it shows you some error message and it directly stop to install that application software. That was called the bad way termination. Now the thing is the process suspension. So process suspension is always bad, it is not good. Process suspension means your process is occurring when your process is somehow stopped, and when you need to run the process again at that point of time, it will start to run from the middle way. So this is my process in this diagram. Now the process is running. So the process is running. At this point, some problem is occurred. So the process is stopped at this point. Here it is stopped. This is called the process suspension. When it is stopping here, so your processor go to work for something else. It is go for execution something else. After complete the execution, the processor start to run the process from here. That is called process suspension. And whenever it is the process termination, at that point of time, the process is start from here. It is running. At this point, some problem occur and process is terminated. Whenever you want to run this process again, you have to start from the beginning. That is called process termination. When you need to run your process always from the beginning side, that is called process termination. When your process is stopped at the middle way, and from the middle way, you again restart the process. That is called process suspension. That is the biggest difference between process termination and process suspension. So guys, remember these two things. So at the exam time, I will give you the scenario that there is a process A. Process A was running, need to run within 15 seconds. But when it is about 10 seconds, the process is automatically stopped. So next time when it start to run, so you have to check out whether it is start to run from the beginning, that means from starting from the 0 second, or it is start to run from that 11 second. So if it is start to run from the middle way where it is stopped, that is called process suspension. If it is start to run again from the beginning, that is called process termination. You have to think on it very carefully. So now come to the point that why process suspension is actually occurred and what are the causes for process suspension. So first of all, process is faster than the I/O. So all processes would be waiting for the I/O operation. The Operating system may need to suspend some process which is swap this process to disk to free up memory, and when swap to disk, block state becomes suspend state. So this and this, these two diagram is represented your process suspension. So actually what is written in here that sometimes you try to run a process. So at your chapter 2, you learn about that there are several types of memory. There is cache memory, there is main memory, there is register, there is disk, there is floppy disk, hard disk, a lots of memory. So the purpose of using cache memory to make your computer work super fast. Our processor is faster, very faster than my main memory. To make my processor super fast and help to work with the processor, at that point of time, it definitely need the faster main memory. So make the main memory faster, we need to help the cache memory, and cache memory actually holds the specific data and a specific application which you actually run every day at your computer. Say for example, if I click on it, I directly can see that okay, you cannot see this right now. So first when I click on my computer, at that point of time I can directly see which application and which files and folders are actually I run every day. So these all data are actually located in the cache memory. So if I click those data in the cache memory, so cache will directly fetch those data as quick as possible and it is start to run. It does not take too much time. So sometimes it is happen that you click on application software that is you did not run for 2 weeks or 5 weeks or even now 1 year. At that point of time, the cache memory actually swap the running or the latest application software from there to the main memory and it fetches that application to the cache and then transfer to the processor. So at that point of time, suspension is occurred. Then two independent concepts here. Whether a process is waiting an event and in an event, which can you call the block, is swapped of main memory, that is called suspend or not. So if the process in the waiting state, that is become the block state. So whenever it is the suspension at that point of time, so when it becomes the suspension at that point of time, the waiting state becomes the block state. Look at this diagram. So the waiting state becomes the block state. See, there is no waiting state in here. There is the block state. A process is swapped of the main memory that become the suspended state. So if I describe this diagram, what is happened in here? So this is the new process which at the future will go to run. This process is at the ready or suspended state. So at the ready state, the process is actually ready to go for the running state. Running means the process is executing and exit means complete the execution, it go for the outside. But for some reason, say for example for interrupt or for swapping, the program is go to the block state, not the waiting state. When there is termination, it is go directly to the waiting state. But when it is suspension, it is go to the block state. Remember this thing. This is a second important clue to difference between suspend and termination. So it go to the block state. And it go to the block state. At that point of time, it is actually waited in here. and from block it again go to this cycle. This is happen. Two new state is added in the suspenses process. One is block to suspended process. Another one is ready to suspend process. The process is in secondary memory and waiting on the event. And whenever it is ready to suspend process, the process is in secondary memory but is available for execution as soon as it is located into main memory. So whenever it is termination, there is no block state. But whenever it is the suspension process, that is a block state where block to suspension and ready to suspension steps are added. So guys, in this slide, if you have any question, you can ask. Now here all the state, according to this diagram, all the state explanation is given in here. First of all, it go to block to suspended state. When all the processes are blocked, the operating system will make room to bring a ready process in the memory. That means when all the process being suspended, they all are go to the block state. So the operating system will make some spaces, to make more spaces to bring a ready process in the memory. Then block suspend to the ready suspend state. When the event for which is at waiting occurs, so from block suspend step 2, it go to the ready suspend, means it will go for the ready way. It is actually not at the first queue. It is actually at the 4th to 5th number of queue. That when my process will be ready, and then I will go to move on for that process. Ready suspense to the ready state. When no more ready process in the main memory, so the ready suspense, the process that is in the ready suspense, it is go to the ready state. And ready to the ready suspense unlikely. If again something occurrence is occurred, say for example interrupt occurred, or your process have some problem, so it can, the processor won't be able to run it perfectly. Again from the ready state it go back to the ready suspend state. And the processor tells to the process that phase this is data and this is file. You remember that when you try to install NetBeans or Eclipse, it show you an information that before install it you need to Java JDK installation at your computer system. Without installation Java JDK, it won't able to run NetBeans and Eclipse. So first of all, you need to install the Java JDK, then you need to install that Eclipse and NetBeans. But with that important thing, if you start to install Java JDK, it will stop that point of time. And again, you need to install that thing, so that is actually go to again the suspended step. That is actually happen. So guys, in this slide, if you have any question, you can ask. Now, what are the reasons for process suspension? First of all, swapping. The operating system need to release sufficient main memory to bring in a process that is ready to execute. Swapping means that you did in your all types of programming language that swapping code, which is very interesting. So swapping means this is my A process, this is my B, This is C, this is D. So A process have the processes 1, B have 2, C have 3, D have 4. Now, according to this diagram, A is in the first state. So A is in the ready state and A will go to the processor for process. Now, for some reason that your operating system does not need to run process A, it needs to run process D. So what will happen? D will need to come in here, A will need to go in here. But you see that all of the blocks are filled up. So whenever it needs to swap from A to D and D to A, it needs another free block. So another free block at first it will create. So that free block, first of all, A will move in there with its process value which is 1. So it becomes empty. So now it becomes empty. When it is empty, then D will come here with its value. So now this block also becomes empty. After this is also empty, then this A will take this place. So A will be in here with the process value. So that is actually happen when the swap is occurring, and after that the full swap done. So it actually vanishes this block. It does not need this extra block. This is actually happen in the processor. Then when the swap is occurred. So you remember in your C programming, C++ programming code that you always did a swap code. That A have this value, B have this value, C have this value. Now you need to swap A value to B, B to C, C to A. Write the code. So what is actually happening in the code? The same thing is happened in our this operating system. Then the other reason of operating system. The operating system may suspend a background or a utility process that is suspect of causing a problem. Sometimes it is happen that you install an antivirus. Whenever you install antivirus, it is good for a computer engineering student that at your computer, it is better for you that don't install any antivirus, because antivirus will always block you to install different types of application software. As we are computer engineer, for 4 courses, we need to install 4 types of different application software in our laptop. Because we need to pop up with different application software, there are lots of codes we need to pop up with. But when you will use the antivirus will block each and every time to install a new application software. That is the another reason of operating system when you install the antivirus. Then interactive user request. A user may use to suspend execution of a program for purpose of debugging or in connection with the use of the resource. That means that when you click on an application software and then you click on another application software. Say for example, you know Visual Studio is a very much heavy software. It is very heavy and high portable type software. So whenever you try to install that heavy pieces of software, at that point of time, what will happen? It will actually create the problem with your software, and at that point of time, it will actually make the interactive problem in your computer system. So at that point, one application software will be stopped or hang, another application software will be run. Also, if you try to run Visual Studio at your computer and if your memory is less than 8 GB, your computer is totally hang for every 2 to 3 seconds. That is also called the suspension process and interactive user request. Timing. A process may be executed periodically and may be suspended while waiting for the next time interval. So that means that for each of the process there is the time schedule. So say for example, your process A have 12 minutes, process B have 12 minutes, process C have 12 seconds. Within the 12 seconds, you have to complete each of the process. But for some reasons, your processor cannot be able to complete the processes according to this time, within this time. So that is actually called the timing suspension, that within the time it cannot complete the process. So when according to time it going and coming to each of the processes. Then parent process request. A parent process may wish to suspend execution of a descent to examine or modify the suspend process or to coordinate the activity of various descents. So you know, a process can be created a lots of process. So the main process is called the parent process, and during running the parent process create a lots of process, that is called the child process. So whenever the parent creates the child process at that point of time, sometimes it is happen that the parent cannot be run all the child process. So that is also the suspension created. So guys, in this slide, if you have any question, you can ask. Serial 1, serial 2,
Yes, ma'am.
3,